Hello, soccer fans. It is the 23rd of September 2009. I'm Joey Trombley calling tonight's play-by-play. My sidekick is Joe Poissant. He's to my left here. To my right is Sam Castine on Hometown Cable running the camera. Tonight's matchup is the Lions of Elizabethtown are coming in here into the George Brendler Field to take on the undefeated Chazy Eagles, the Lady Eagles. Elizabethtown comes into this game with a 2-2 record overall. They're 1-2 in league play. Chazy, as I said, was undefeated, but that record was definitely challenged last week, Joe, when the girls went down to Willsboro and they had to go overtime before they won that game.
Yeah, it's true. Willsboro's they challenged the Eagles last year for the Section 7 championship, and Willsboro has another good team coming up this year. And it's good to get tested like that, and good teams find a way to win the close games.
Well, the goal was by the girl that just headed it right there was Sandra Olds. It was a beautiful cross from Caitlin Lapierre, and it was Sandra Olds going up high above her defender, who defended her well and headed it into the net and gave Chazy that goal in the second overtime. So Chazy wins that game. They come into this game undefeated. This will be a big victory here because the Lions are 1-2, but it's also their biggest rival.
Yeah, they have been in the recent past here, actually for about the last probably 15 years. It's been Chazy, Elizabethtown, Willsboro comes in once in a while. But this girl right here, Kempinen, is a tough customer for anybody to defend. Nice cross
off Sandra Olds again.
Trying to look for that far post, but Chazy has a nice program again. They just Coach Trombley's doing a good job with these young ladies they're gelled really well. It appears like you watch them in the sidelines, they get along. That's a big thing. Team chemistry is one of the most important facets of it, and it's sometimes it takes a while to build up. But this team here, they seem to have it going on right now, and it's pretty early in the season still.
Okay, the ball is at play. We're at midfield. It is Megan Reynolds with the ball. Sends it back over to Alexis Bushy. She'll probably come across the field. No, she has Trombley to her left or right. She has Reynolds to her left. She finds Reynolds. Reynolds will work her way to midfield. She is now in Elizabethtown territory. Pushes it up over to Kempinen. Kempinen with some nice footwork, as Joe was alluding to earlier. Gets in there, gets a shot off, and it goes right into the hands of Provost. But a nice play by Austri Kempinen.
Yeah, there's two Kempinens out there also, so we should probably just make the.
There's her sister Amanda right there.
Amanda's a sophomore, really strong player also. Doing a good job on the right side of the midfield. Kirsten Dorn, a lot of these girls played last year, so they know what it takes. They lost some great players, of course, but a lot of returnees from that Final Four team that Chazy put together last year, so they have a lot of experience, and they're young.
Well, the girls that are like Sandra Olds, she played last year. She didn't get much playing time, but she played the system.
Sure.
She's a year older, mature, and Sandra has really come into her own this year. She's done a wonderful job for the Eagles.
Yeah, she has. This is a player I like Lapierre, Caitlin Lapierre. She's been working very hard. And a lot of times you create things. You don't get your name in the paper, but you create those goals. You create those opportunities, corner kicks, restarts and stuff. You create those things by hustle. And those are the they're the intangibles that people don't see or read about in the paper. Everybody wants to know who scored the goals. Well, how about the shutout?
Right.
Who was the keeper for the who was the defense that they only got 4 shots on? What about that facet of the game that people always seem to forget about? It's in the defense sets up your offense.
Absolutely.
That's their job. You saw right back here with Alexis Bushy, who's doing a fabulous job at the sweeper position. Move the ball around, distribute it well, and it's just these are the things that don't make the paper a lot of times. That is unfortunate, I think.
And we're very fortunate. We have a really nice view up here in the booth, as we like to call it, so we can see all these plays develop. And that was Amanda Kempinen just going a little too far off her foot out to the end line, so it'll be a goal kick here for Elizabethtown. So the Lions will set up here for a goal kick. It looks like number 20, McGinn. Actually, McGinn will take the goal kick here for the Lions.
Hey, I have a question. Is it Sam's turn tonight to buy Mickey fries?
I think so. I know.
Isn't it always Sam's turn?
Well, Calvin said next time Sam's up here, make sure you get him to dig into that wallet. He said
he did say that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. We have gone on the record of saying that. It's
whether it's a truth or not, we always go on record.
And there's a nice cross.
Oh, it's right there.
Olds trying to turn around, get the shot off. Olds, ball deflected.
Could have been a handball.
Kempinen looking to get the shot off, and it'll be a goal or a corner kick here for the Eagles.
Good hustle by Chazy.
But, you're talking about Caitlin Lapierre. She's like the ever-ready battery bunny. She just keeps going and going and going.
She gives a lot on this right side of the offense for Coach Trombley and the ladies. They just need. Sometimes I notice the Eagles just need to play a little bit wider sometimes, to run in on the ball. But Caitlin Lapierre is a workhorse out there. Very, very tough player. Good speed, good skills. Sees the field really well.
There's a nice cross headed. Oh, Caitlin skied on that one on a nice cross from Austria Kempinen.
Austria Kempinen, she's all over the place too. You just can't say enough good things about the player. She's positive attitude and just she wants to do a good job, and she does do a great job. She's right where she belongs, right in the middle of this team for Chazy.
Well, last night their counterparts went down to Elizabethtown, the boys, and they came out, as they said, the paper said the Lions Den with a 2-2 tie after trailing 2-0 at the half.
Very fortunate, but they're, in all due respect, they are a relatively depleted team. They have 5 starters out, but you have to go play with what you have.
Right.
And I'll tell you right now, I don't know if you know this, but we'll be bringing up, might be looking at some junior varsity players to bring up here shortly with the shortage of players they have. So, they might see some of these junior varsity players playing varsity. They're going to be called right up on to play. I'll tell you what, Coach Spiegel and I have a couple of good players on the junior varsity that could handle some of these teams that they are going to be coming up against. And I would not hesitate about putting some of these young men in from the junior varsity team on the varsity. So we're going to have to see what transpires.
Well, I don't think Coach McAuliffe has ever gone into a big game.
Here comes Devin Lattimore right here.
Oh, there's a shot. Oh, wide. Nice shot by Victoria Reynolds. I don't think Coach McAuliffe has ever gone into a big game and then overnight have 3 more starters. It's just sickness and injuries, not be able to make a game, and then have to start 5 reserves.
You have 50% of your team, almost 50% of your team out. That's quite a bite out of your team, and there's three top scorers you have out. A defender out. You got a midfielder out. It's just the way it goes. But it shows that they had some heart. They came back from a 2-0 deficit. You got to give the boys some kudos there. Give them props for that coming in Elizabethtown. So
exactly.
They didn't give up.
Good crowd last night.
Oh yeah, I wasn't at the game. Look at Lapierre work though. She just works hard.
There she goes, sending it across.
Devin Lattimore with a good shot.
Nice shot.
I like seeing somebody like Devin, Lattimore get a
She
good
went
pop.
for the far corner.
Yeah, but get a good pop on net. I like seeing her do that. She doesn't get in a lot of scoring. She's another one of those players with the intangibles, that just creates things. She's a tough player, good skills. And this is her second year out there playing that
nice feed from
stopper
Victoria
position. So she quietly had a fabulous year last year. She really did. She played very well. She's where she belongs. Alexis Bushy came off the bench last year a bit. Now she's moving right back into that.
She's the field general back there.
She's doing a great job. She's a good hustler, good wheels, smart player, real smart player.
And Chazy's playing their passing game. Their possession is their trademark here, and it's Lapierre sending it across. Nice cross. This could be Olds. And just wide. Sandra Olds on a nice feed from Caitlin Lapierre. Just misses an opportunity. We have 31-17 here left in the first half. It has been all Chazy in the Elizabethtown end. They've outshot them 5-0.
And 3 quality chances with Chazy down Elizabethtown. And Elizabethtown, I don't think has had the ball up in the Chazy end yet, and we have 31 minutes to go. You said so.
31. I have. Oh, here we go. It's Reynolds. Oh, just wide right. From what I've seen so far, it doesn't look like Elizabethtown is as strong as in past years.
No, they're not. Their record shows that, and that's the way it goes. Some years you do have a rebuilding year, and it's just the way it is sometimes. Chazy is fourth, and Chazy is still they're a D school, but they're a bigger school.
Right, we're the bigger D school.
We're the bigger D school, and if you take an extra 50 kids, 10% of them are athletes. There's 10. You have 10 athletes, or 5, 5 more athletes. 3 of them, or even 2 of them, might be better soccer players. So that's how it goes. And at a D program, that makes a major difference.
Sure it does.
Nice ball right there by
Now
Doran.
give and chase. There's
Beautiful ball by
This could be
Doran.
dangerous, but nice hustle by Castle, I think.
Oh, that was a great hustle by Lapeer.
Play by Lapeer.
That's the workhorse right there.
I mean, she was being challenged defensively all the way. They were rubbing shoulders.
She more than rubbing. She was getting bounced around, but man, she just showed her tenacity to go after that. She stayed right with it. Doran.
At 30 minutes and 2 seconds, first goal, Doran to Lapeer.
That was a nice.
But it was Lapeer for 20 yards, just working like a workhorse to score that goal.
There wasn't a lot of finesse right there. She just stuck with it, and then she got bounced.
She was hungry.
She got bounced off the ball, and she came right back. She didn't get. She didn't look around for a pity party. She just kept right after it. Tough.
That white uniform's not as white as it was when the game started.
Just a tough player. I like the way she's playing this year. She's playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of enthusiasm, and a whole bunch of skill.
Joe, you know, we've talked about this before on this field against E-Town, and you were coined as saying this phrase, Kate Lapeer is the lion killer.
Yeah, well, that's it. She's lion tamer. Yeah,
lion tamer.
She does it again here. So.
We probably should use the word killer out of there. That's probably not politically correct, but we'll say lion tamer.
Okay, you can be politically correct, Joey.
No. This is family television here. You got to pull that out.
Nice shot by Amanda.
Outside of her foot.
Almost had that.
Wow.
It's good to see these sophomores. You know, Caitlin Lapeer, sophomore. I'm looking at here. There's a ton of underclassmen. We have Trombley over here in the right.
Sagan Trombley, she's senior.
Devin in its for stopper position. And who else?
For seniors?
Yeah, and Victoria.
Victoria and Sandra Oles.
Four seniors, and the rest of them are underclassmen. So that's.
Well, earlier today, and we'll give kudos to the modified girls from Chazy.
There's a good shot right here from.
This could be dangerous. Victoria.
Just got over the top.
The modified girls beat the modified Elizabethtown Lions 6-1 earlier today.
Was it they're modified or they're junior varsity?
They don't have a JV team, so it's their modified JVs.
Okay.
And our modified girls won that game 6-1.
That's good.
So you got a lot of talent coming up.
Yeah, there
and
is.
plus, that's not counting our JV team at the women's level.
Good shot right here.
There's
by
another
Victoria.
shot. And Victoria Reynolds finds the back of the net at 28-16.
Right.
So now it's a 2-0 lead.
It's at about 3 minutes apart. Those goals.
Yeah, a little over 2 minutes.
Victoria, was that even assisted?
No assist. He said no assist.
I might go get some Mickey fries early if this score keeps up.
Sam, what do you think about that? I mean, I've read that contract and reread the contract. Nowhere does it say you can leave early for Mickey fries.
Well, probably in a runaway game you can.
And we have some substitutions coming in, and it's Kempton does a nice job to take it away from number 1 Podmore over to Reynolds. Reynolds will try to find her sister.
That's a smart play by Victoria. Take the pressure off. You know, try to pass away from pressure. Just smart. You know, that's senior. You know, she's a senior player. They're gonna have to make Elizabethtown. They're gonna have to attack. They're not gonna attack. They could just chill out.
And Kempton with the ball, working her way. She has Lapeer to her right. She's now taken it to the middle of the 18 and knocked off. I will say this, it's much tougher calling the Elizabethtown girls with their black numbers. I can't pick them up. I think that's Cassava on the far sideline, which would be their go-to player.
Hard to see those numbers.
Yeah, I can't. I have no idea.
If your coaches out there, your athletic directors, please try to display a contrasting number, because we're rather incompetent up here to begin with, and it's definitely not helping us.
No, not at all. And Joe, you did a wonderful job beforehand. I got to give kudos to Joe here. He got here early. He got the opposing team's roster in numerical order to make my life a lot easier. But then I can't pick up their numbers.
Well, I normally don't like to make your life easier, but you know, I'll accept that tonight.
Well, I bought you, Mickey. I bought your dinner last time, actually.
That was nice.
So you feel almost like an obligation.
Well, only
once to be short-lived.
Once and only. Here goes Alexis Bush. You try to make a run up the field. All right, let's get over this tree hugging stuff that you and I have going on.
Okay.
I like us.
All right, there's 20.
Here, when you go.
No. Sam just pulled out a $20 bill. We won't take it. We won't take it. We're gonna now. Hey,
Donate it to
Joe.
Hometown Cable.
Here's our $20 donation to Hometown Cable. We give it back to Hometown Cable.
We shamed him hard enough though, where he actually did dig.
He did. They don't see that on the camera, but Sam did
Nice
throw
ball right here.
a
That's
20 down here.
All I got left for the month, but here.
Going up on top of the box with a shot.
Oh,
Nice
Dorn rips a shot.
Good shot by
At
Dorn.
26:01, it is now a 3-0 game. And I'm figuring pretty soon there's going to be some wholesale changes here.
I look on the bench.
From the coach.
Coach Trombley doesn't have a deep bench. He doesn't have a lot of girls on the bench to really throw in.
There's only 2 right now that I see.
Gay is hurt. Alexis Gay is it? Or Chelsea Gay?
Chelsea Gay.
Chelsea Gay is sprained her ankle.
And then you have Amanda Hansen hurt.
She's hurt too, so you have 2 subs
So you
right
have
there.
15 players?
That's what she has. She better.
We'll have to check with coach. There's got to be some people missing here tonight.
She better hope they don't have the injury bug.
Well, Sam's got a good idea. Check the lineup here, okay. Lapierre's here, Reynolds here, Megan Reynolds, Amanda Hansen's hurt, Shanae Cooper Olds, Chelsea Gay's hurt, Dorn, Bushy, Lauren here.
See Lauren? Yes, she's here. She's getting warmed up now.
Okay. Stay. Team players.
Maybe runs her with a nice feed and pull over the
And then
top of the box.
push it.
Looking for
And she held back there. So we have Cooper and Lauren ready to check in the game here for the Lady Eagles. And
this keeps up. They're going to get a lot of playing time tonight because
I think so.
the girls are looking good here again. They look extremely sharp. I've seen them play twice. This is the second game I've actually seen them play, and they look comfortable. They look confident.
Well, in fairness,
they do. They look really confident. There it is.
in,
Top of the head,
in
side.
fairness to the girls, at the Willsboro game, they were controlling the game somewhat similar to this. Willsboro scored with 8.1 seconds left.
Well, that's what Willsboro did last year in the sectional championship game. They conceded 2/3 of the field, defend 1/3, and hope for a break. And sometimes it pays off, and most of the time it doesn't. But it's whoever most of the time has possession is going to win the game.
Right. Unless you're the Miami Dolphins against the Colts.
Yeah, it doesn't happen all the time, but it's most of the time you look at statistics and it just bears out.
Sure. And it would make sense. It would make sense. And here comes Bushy.
Good screen right there by Trombley,
Trombley with the ball just pushes it over.
Chazy
Giving
playing
chases,
some
Bushy.
tough defense.
And a little too far out. So it'll be a throw in here for the Lions. And it's all I can say is one Lion to another Lion. I'd like to give the girls their kudos out there, their due, but I can't pick up the numbers.
We have number 6 here on the near side that we can pick out.
Is that 6?
Looks like 6.
Yeah, that's the question. It looks like 6. Well, we'll say we have Wimette next to us here on the midfield. Give her a little action there. Give her a little.
We know the keeper.
Keeper, Provost. We know that.
She's been busy down there.
Yeah, we got that name down. And Latchmore goes far side, and it is Kempinen looking to control. Just pushes up, nice push up to Cooper.
Nice little receiver there by Kempinen on the run. Little things like that. The little things just make a big difference in the team. If you can do those kind of things, receive the ball on the run and keep it going. She didn't stop it and fumble with it twice and take all day. She just caught it on the run and just good fundamental soccer.
What I like about this team is their unselfish play.
Totally unselfish. You see that. Like I said, they get along. You can see the team chemistry of these young
Well, it's truly a team.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
They're playing well together.
They have one common goal,
Let's win.
and let's go out there. Well, win, but play as a team. Don't care who gets the goal. Whoever opens is going to get the ball. And here they come. It's Lapierre just had
Really good counter defense this early in the game, and Coach Trombley must have some good confidence in these young ladies back there.
She does a very good job when she feels the game is in hand, getting all the players in the game.
Yeah.
And really, that's what you should be doing. That's a sign of a good coach.
Yeah, you try to. Here's let a good. Here, Victoria Reynolds. Oh, just missing it. Yeah, that is. I'm finding that I have to start doing that more. But we've had close games with my junior varsity team. We've had some close games, and it's just been tough to get the kids in as much as you want to.
Yeah. Sam said, "Am I trying to tell Joe something?" Yeah. Well, I said when the game's in hand, she does a good job with that.
We haven't had that issue yet. The game in hand, believe me. Here comes right here.
Sinead getting a shot.
That is Lapeer too. Lapeer going to Emily this year, getting some good playing time.
But Joe, at your level, at the JV level, you're getting them ready for varsity.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mentioned. I mentioned that earlier. That Coach McCullough might be digging into the well a little bit on the junior varsity team, and Coach Spiegel and I, we've been tough on them, tough but fair. We're training them hard, but it's.
Well, it doesn't get any easier when they go to varsity.
Oh, it gets a whole lot harder. It's a whole different ball game. But they have responded. I see them. They're starting to gel well. We've only had 3 games. We weren't able to have any scrimmage games to say, but we had to jump right into the season. And we've played some tough teams, but the boys have done well. We're 2 wins and 1 loss right now. The boys are playing really well, playing good defense, have a nice defense.
Confident getting into the box, and it's cleared out. And Easton trying to keep it in. Controlled by Kempinen. That's Amanda Kempinen, and that ball skirts right into Provost's hands.
You have to be careful too. Tonight it's wet. The ball can skip like that. A keeper has to be especially careful of that. A little faster off the grass. And this field, this field's in wonderful condition.
Great shape, but I noticed down by the goalie area, it's starting to get a little muddy.
Well, it's going to. They've had some games here, but it's still in pretty nice shape.
Oh, the field's in great shape.
Beautiful shape.
And the rain earlier today, it can only help it.
Yeah.
You can see it's getting burnt in some spots.
Yeah. Been dry for the last couple of weeks. Brian Norcross, he puts a ton of work. McCullough, they do. They put a lot of work behind the scenes that you don't see, and it shows on this field. It's a beautiful field.
Well, we're now at the 20-minute mark, so the first half of the half is 2-0 Chazy. Yeah. And 3 corner kicks to 0. They've really had the Lions have had really no offensive threats here yet.
I don't think they've been able to put together 3 passes in a row yet against Chazy. Chazy's quick to the ball.
What I've seen so far, Willsboro seems to be their biggest opponent,
in the MVAC.
In the MVAC, yes.
The girls haven't lost though. They played Beatmantown earlier this year, and they're
powerhouse. They beat Saranac.
They're a good CVAC team, so there's some good things happening. Like I said, hopefully they can avoid the injury and sickness bug that has stricken the boys, because but those are things you have to work through. You're going to have those things happen sometimes. You just hope it's not 5 of your starters, but if it happens, you bite the bullet, you deal with it. You just you have.
Well, the girls have only given up 1 goal this year, and that was with 8.1 seconds left, and that was to Willsboro.
That's good.
So the defense they've been rock solid.
They shut out
Beatmantown and Saranac.
They did, huh?
And Saranac.
Good. That Beatmantown team is no slouch.
No, they're very solid. And in fairness to Beatmantown, they could have had a few goals that night.
Yeah.
They played well enough to win that game.
Yeah. You know what? We'll take a break. Hamburger and some Mickey fries.
Yeah, you gotta do that. But you haven't eaten yet, and it is what it is. And Sam and I will cover it up here. And
you'll do a fine job.
We'll do a fine job. If you want to go tighten your arteries, you go right ahead there. We'll.
Do you any requests, gentlemen?
Well, whatever you bring back, it's always greatly appreciated.
Bring back a bag of chips.
No, I don't want that. we know. Of course, and again, the folks. Unfortunately, when you're on TV, you don't get your sense of smell isn't there, but we can just smell the Mickey fries over here. It's wafting. I would say, and because of that, he's going to book out early with 17:48 to go. But we'll make a note of that in his contract, Sam. That he took some sick time off here to go get some Mickey fries.
I'll be back.
Joe said he'll be back. And a little DP too, Joe. Pepsi, Coke, Diet Pepsi, Coke. All right, we're back. It's Lauren doing a good job defensively, and stepping over is Keeble. Keeble trying to play defense here. And Joe's coming up. He forgot his money or his coat or something, but now he's leaving.
No need for Twitter, Joe. Just go on.
Joe's picking on me. He says I shouldn't be twittering, but I don't have my BlackBerry out right now. I'm doing my job. Well, now I do because he mentioned it. So it will be the Lions throwing short of midfield, but the throwing comes to about midfield, and it is Sandra Oles heading it out of bounds. So Sam, any more games this week for you?
Nope, this is it as far as I know.
So we do about 1 or 2 games a week for Calvin?
Yeah.
Of course, you get to get prime seating up here for these big games.
Yeah, out the weather anyways, just to make.
And actually, they called for some heavy rain at game time, and we haven't seen it, so we've been very fortunate.
Yeah.
It's actually a beautiful night out there.
It is. A little bit humid, but...
Not bad. And Took finally gets her hand on the ball. I think she's happy about that. Oh, they got away with a handball there. And it's Kempinen. Has surveying the situation. Sends it through, but there's nobody there for the Eagles. And back defensively are the Lions. And the ball will go far sideline. Giving chase is Lauren. Lauren with the ball sends it back up. Has it deflected. And Trombley's there along with Lauren trying to stifle the Lion player. So Trombley and Lauren hustling back. And it is off Lauren, so it'll be a throw in here for the Lions. So Elizabethtown in the Chazy end here on the offense. Trombley lets it go by her and gives it up over to Kirsten Doran. Doran going up the sidelines. And it's picked up now by Trombley. Trombley sends it up to midfield, trying to find Reynolds. She does. Victoria Reynolds on the run. Now goes to the open space. Giving chase is Cooper, but it might be just a little too far out. It is out of bounds. We have 14 minutes and 30 seconds here left in the first half. It is a 3-0 Chazy lead. I'm Joey Trombley calling tonight's action. On the camera is Sam Castine for Hometown Cable. And this is our segment of Let's Beg for Some Money for Hometown Cable. And of course we're playing off the speak out that was in the paper about how Calvin begs for money, and it's not begging for money. It's no different, Sam, than public television getting on there and encouraging people to donate. He's doing the same thing. The only thing with Hometown Cable is that they're preserving hometown memories. And I'm all for public television. They have good programming. I think you should support public television. But you know what, we'll pay for cable, we'll pay for public television. Well, we need to support Hometown Cable too. And there's no federal funds or state funds coming in for quality programming like this. It's strictly business supported and viewer supported. So if you were so willing, and I know it'd be very much appreciated by Calvin, you can send it to 1477 Ridge Road, Champlain, New York, 12919. Also, you can go online if you don't have the luxury of watching Hometown Cable on your own schedule. You can go to Plattsburgh.com. He's constantly posting new programming and old programming on the web, so you can watch whenever you want, and you can pick and choose. And again, you can make a donation online on Plattsburgh.com. So we're back to the game now. Our segment of begging for money has now come to an end, and we have 12 minutes and 45 seconds here left. Sandra O is looking trying to break through, but good play defensively here by the Lions, but it's Victoria Reynolds with the ball. She rips a shot, and it goes wide of the net. Provost was there, but it goes wide of the net, so it'll be a goal kick here for the Lions.
He could have called ahead for his order. Have it ready?
He could have, Sam. You know, it's We're up here, we're trying to see what Joe's doing over there, and I don't know if he's running for politics or not, but he's talking to everybody over there. He's actually talking to the man himself, Mickey Kahn, the creator of the Mickey fries. And of course, Mickey Kahn is Joe's brother-in-law. I don't know if you knew that, Sam.
No, I didn't.
Well, since we didn't know this or that,
Maybe
the folks.
John didn't want that known.
Well, Sam, maybe folks should know that your mom and my mom were twins.
Twin sisters, yes.
Twin sisters. So that would make us first cousins.
I would think so.
You know,
first.
Yeah, first. Somebody asked me today, Victor from Stewart's, he's the manager there. He told me, I said, I'm going to call the game tonight. He goes, how'd you get that gig? I said, Calvin's my cousin. It helps. We have 11-13 here left in the first half. Chazy with a 3-0 lead. Totally dominating on the shot category. They have outshot the Lions 13-0. Corner kicks favor the Eagles 5-0. So it's a total domination here in the first half here by the Lady Eagles. Nice play by Lauren to save it, and then it was knocked out of bounds. So it'll be a goal kick here for the Eagles. And Chazy looking to extend their unbeaten streak and to get some more separation from their rival, the Lions of Elizabethtown. I'm Joey Trombley calling tonight's action. On the camera is Sam Castine for Hometown Cable. Our counterpart, Joe Poisson. The fumes, the aroma.
Way back.
The aroma of, you got to get him on camera there, of the Mickey fries got him out of the booth early. But he is on the way back, and my guess, Sam, is he'll probably have about half your order already gone before he gets up here. Because his mouth is just chomping out there right now. The fun we have when he's not up here. At his expense. The throw-in comes in, it's off the head of Olds, and Kempinen knocks it into Lion territory, and Lapierre fighting for the ball, and it'll be the whistle will favor the Eagles, and Kempinen will take the kick here for Chazy. We have, there's there's Ostreet and Amanda. And it's Ostreet taking the kick in, trying to be controlled by Reynolds, but Provost comes off the line, gets the ball, and will work her way to the 18-yard line for a punt. Some more substitutions coming in here for the Eagles. We have Megan Reynolds and Lexus Bushy and Caitlin Lapierre. They're all ready to check themselves back into the game here. And they're yelling for the players to come off. We have Sagan Trombley coming off. We have Ostreet Kempinen coming off, and Victoria Reynolds coming off. 9:04 to go. Time is running here. And Sam, Joe's got a big box coming over here.
Let's get a shot.
You got to get a shot of that. Joe's got a big box of food coming up here. We got him. He doesn't realize we're filming him right now. Look at that. He's passing out your fries right now.
Yeah, handing them out.
He's offering them to the girls in the middle of a game. And there's a shot. Provost, it gets by Provost. And Megan Reynolds will be credited with that goal, and it was just slippery. And it slipped right through Provost's hands.
Thanks to Joe, we missed it.
And yeah, we missed it on the film. And unfortunately,
Busting on me, you missed that.
we were. That's exactly what we were doing.
I know.
And so we have 8:30, and Joe's back 8:37, but he comes back with.
That's the Sam, please.
He comes back bearing gifts.
Joey, try not to spill these this year.
The gifts of the Mickey fry coming out here. Just a good solid order here, Joe. Thank you very much.
Solid order.
Good solid order. And it is Lapierre with the ball here for Chazy. And nice movement by Emily Lapierre. She's got some space. Sends it through over to Lapierre. Lapierre to Lapierre. Emily Lapierre to Caitlin Lapierre. We have 8:15 here to go in the first half. It's a 4-0 Eagle lead. And Joe, I got to admit, I'm really not surprised from what I'm seeing here tonight. We knew the girls were going to come out ready to play, and then the first half has not been a disappointment for the Chazy faithful.
15 shots on goal already in 7 minutes. And
in their last two games, they've had nearly 40 shots each game.
it's a lot.
That's a lot of shots for soccer. So you're putting a lot of pressure on when you do that. And it is Doran with the ball. She sends it all the way back to Took. So Took wants to get into the game. And she pushes it up to the near sideline. Giving chase is Emily Keeble. And Keeble trying to send it across. It goes off of the Lion. And I think that is 18. So we can actually say a player's name here. Number 18, Decker. And now into Lapierre's foot. She heels it back, trying to find Bushy. Intercepted here by the Lions, working their way to midfield. And Amanda Kempton does a nice job pushing her off the ball, getting it over to Cooper. Cooper with the ball sends it back over to Kempton. And there goes that unselfish play again. And the ball is cleared up toward midfield. And Reynolds lets it go by her. Now she just runs back, does a nice step over. And she's now working her way to midfield into Elizabethtown territory. And into the open space, far side, Cooper giving chase, and won by the defense of Elizabethtown. Ball goes off Kempenen's foot. That's Amanda Kempenen. We have 6:39 to go here. Checking into the game is number 4, McGinn, for Elizabethtown.
If you don't get it, then you clear out, all right? You can't be leaving all the time.
And we have 6:26 to go here. Ball at midfield, cleared into Chazy territory. Good hustle by McGinn. And hopefully I got that name right. It was Decker. But there is a McGinn on the team, and there goes Joe's plate outside the window. And so we have a throw in deep in Chazy territory. It is Keeble going down the line, trying to find somebody. She's trying to find the ball stayed in.
Nice play by Bushy right there.
Beautiful play by Alexis Bushy. Over to Reynolds. Reynolds does a nice job. Now sends up open space. Giving chase is Cooper. And there's the defense of Elizabethtown. Trying to keep it in. Cooper giving chase. Kempenen does a nice job. They got to get some separation there. Kempenen getting separation from Bushy. Trying to find Cooper. Now Alexis Bushy comes back. Sends it. Very smart play over to Keeble. Keeble pushes it over to Doran. And there's that possession game. Far sideline is Lauren. Doran now goes up trying to find Sandra Olds. Olds takes it to the far sideline. There's a battle far sideline, Olds and the E-Town player. And it's a throw in for Chazy. No subs, it's weight throw. As number 2, Casaba, ready to check into the game. Another throw in here for Chazy. We are just under 5 minutes. Chazy with a commanding 4-0 lead at this point. And nice play by number 18 for Chazy, Jessica Lauren. And we have now a substitution in here with Casava going into the game. We're back to the action. We had a little technical difficulty here. The difficulty was we're all trying to eat Mickey fries at the same time, so Sam shut the camera off just for a split second. One thing you say about Hometown Cable, we're honest up in the booth. We tell it as it's happening. Joe, we just don't see that on television nowadays. Honesty in the booth.
I do want to inform everybody I'm not drinking a Coca-Cola this evening.
Why is that?
Well, there was a rather loud mulch. I hoped Calvin edited it. He probably didn't, but because I was a drink of Coca-Cola rather fast last week.
So the fans, the viewers, heard a Poissant bell.
Oh, it was rather subdued, but it could have been worse.
I'm glad that I guess we're talking honest. You let it all out tonight, Sam. I'm glad Joe came clean on that. So the people that missed that.
It's another catharsis. You know? I'm having a lot of those epiphanies.
If you're just joining us, Joe is always looking for some big words to use on every show, and he was just dying to get that one out there. Usually it comes in the second half. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Joe lets the first one fly.
You know,
and here come the Lions.
Anything more than 4 syllables is tough for Joy.
4. They do make words that big. It is Took with the ball. Took will take her time and work her way to the 18. And Joe, we'd like to thank you for the Mickey fries tonight.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate that. And it is Cooper. Has it knocked away, picked up by Amanda Kempenen. She's trying to find, was trying to find Lapeer. Nice job back to Kempinen. And Kempinen finds Lapeer. That's Emily Lapeer. And the roster just fell down while we're in the honesty mode here. The roster just fell to the ground. And of course, viewers who watch this sporadically or hear us for the first time wonder what the heck is going on up in the booth.
We do too, so.
As same like anything goes up here, right?
Right.
This is, well, it's not live when they get it, but it's live taping, there's no doubt.
Jumper get my bushy.
There it is. Oh, wide right.
She wanted that one.
So it will be a goal kick.
Right up in the corner.
What's that?
That ball stuck right in the corner.
No, there it is. We have a minute 33 here. And there it is. What a show! Oh
man!
Wow, Provost saved it and it went off the crossbar. And Caitlin Lapeer was denied on that one.
Provost is rubbing her hand on that one too.
Oh, that was a hard shot. So we are now at 1 minute, and Chazy with a comfortable 4-0 lead. Bushy back over to Keeble. Keeble up over to Lapeer. Lapeer now trying to find Cooper, but it's cleared out by the defense here by the Lions. And Bushy giving chase. And fighting hard here till the end to the first half. Olds gets it back to Bushy. Now it's over to Megan Reynolds. And there goes Reynolds. Looking to get a shot off. Reynolds, hard shot. The ball's deflected over the net. So Chazy had an opportunity with 20 seconds to go to extend that lead. But it'll be a goal kick here for the Lions. So I think it's safe to say the first half will come to an end with Chazy leading 4-0. And the sky is definitely getting more ominous as the night progresses here. Under 10 seconds. Corner kick, and Caitlin Lapeer is just taking her time and let the clock run out. And the first half has officially come to an end here at the George Brendler Field on the 23rd of September. Chazy leading the Lions of Elizabethtown 4-0. And we're just starting the second half here. Chazy will be going from right to left, and it'll be the Lions from left to right. The first half, Joe, was total domination by the Eagles. I mean, every bit of the category out on the scoreboard says it all.
Well, 18 shots on goal for the Eagles, 0 for the Lions, and the Lion killer, Caitlin Lapeer, struck first, with a beautiful goal. I mean,
almost had a second one, too.
She should have had. Sandra Olds had 3 beautiful chances. They played extremely well all the way around. They moving the ball well, getting open, receiving the ball well. Just they're playing flawless. When you have 0 shots on a half, you're playing good defense.
Well, right now, the skies here are looking very ominous here. They do call for rain. It was supposed to have gotten here earlier. It's not here yet. Hopefully for the fans, not so much for us because we're up here in the booth, but hopefully the rain does hold off for another 40 minutes or 50 minutes.
Well, we did notice, we spoke about it, it's a rather light crowd for an Elizabethtown-Chazy matchup at the George Brendler Field here tonight. But the weather this morning was a little nasty, but normally the fans don't shy away.
No, but I think the rain scared a few people away here. And there's a kick by Lapeer wide. It'll be a goal kick here for the Lions.
I noticed too, Sam, if you could pan the crowd over there on the right-hand side as we're looking at the fans, there's a group of students up there from Chazy, and they're
Chazy group.
That's a Chazy group of kids up there, and they're pretty good fans. Pretty good fans.
So the student body is here in force.
They are. They do a good job. Nice to see them up there.
And you didn't happen to get a tally on the current number of pounds of Mickey fries tonight, did you? I know they're over 1,060 pounds before tonight's game.
That's on the air so far. I think it's going to be a rather light evening tonight. Probably it'll be a 100-pound night, maybe. It's one of the later evenings that they've had. Like I said, it's not a large crowd that you normally get for a Chazy E-Town matchup.
You got to get both sides.
And there's the goal kick. It's a hard kick to the far sideline out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in here for the Eagles. Megan Reynolds will take the throw in relatively quick over to Austri Kempinen. She sends it all the way back to midfield to Lexus Bushy. Bushy will square up, goes back over to the far side over to Reynolds. They're working the wings or the flanks on the far side, and the ball is cleared out by the defense. So it'll be Chazy again, and it's Lapierre getting the ball over to Kempinen. Kempinen has space. They aren't putting much pressure on, and it's Reynolds sends it right back to Kempinen. Nice cross. This is dangerous, and the ball is headed by Dorn, and it's on the end line, so it'll be a corner kick, but a nice cross from Kempinen, and Dorn got her head on it, but it just was wide of the net.
That's about the fourth time Chazy's had the far post open with a head ball, and they haven't been able to put it in the back of the net yet. And these are kind of things that they should really be working on,
Go with her, Katie!
especially with a game in hand like this.
Nice feed in the box. Nice head by Lapierre. Goes wide of the net.
She missed a header earlier too. The first half, Lapierre's did he
So
miss?
Chazy's come out second half, putting the same pressure they did in the first half.
Yeah, the Lions don't seem to have an answer for the Eagles this game. Do they play each other? They play each other twice.
Yeah, they'll be going down to Elizabethtown in a couple weeks. But tonight, Elizabethtown is just doesn't have it against these Eagles, and I don't know if it's a question that Chazy's playing that well, or the E-Town's just having an off night.
Could be a mixture of both. I just don't think E-Town's bringing much to the table this year as far as the girls. They just don't. They're smaller, but I don't think they're bringing much to the table.
Oh, nice try in this. Victoria Reynolds trying to get the ball to Kempinen, and it goes onto the foot of Latchmore. Will get a shot off, and Provost is there, so she'll work her way to the 18.
Actually, this is the only Elizabethtown's the only team to beat Chazy in the MVAC on this field.
Girls or boys?
Girls.
Yeah, that's right.
The boys have not been beat by an MVAC team.
Just by PHS.
That's it.
Twice.
On this field.
Right.
And so that's Chazy does have a decided advantage, a home field advantage, but Elizabethtown, that was what, 3 years ago.
About 2-3 years ago, yeah.
It was 3 years ago. They had just a flag game, and Elizabethtown, you have a flag game against them, they're going to burn you.
Yeah, normally you do. Trombley's knocked out on the ground. And he goes over to Dorn. Dorn's got space. She's working her way to the 18, gets a shot off. Provost is there. So again, Chazy putting the pressure on. They're now up to 20 shots, Joe. I think it's going to be safe to say they'll get to at least 30 tonight. I would think.
Yeah, keep playing the way they are. But you still have to try to get some intensity. I know it's a 4-0 game and it's hard to get up and stuff, but you still got to play with it.
Coach Trombley was talking to us just before the second half and was talking about how the girls have to be in the game the whole time.
Yeah.
And what happens when you have a game in hand, you kind of let up. And it's just human nature, I guess.
It is human nature. You still have to, that's where you need some senior leadership to
and Bush is taking it right in from midfield.
Bushy, nice
she gets a shot off and it goes wide left. So another goal kick here for the Lions, and I get to say another number here, number 14, Ashline going into the game. And coming off is 15. No, it'll be Whalen. No, 18, okay. Decker. All right, so Decker comes off. And Victoria Reynolds with the ball on the near sideline does a nice job pushing it back over to Dorn. Top of the key, trying to find Kempinen. And the defense for Elizabethtown is there. They clear it out. And there's Trombley for the Eagles. Sends it up over to Latchmore. The cousin connection, Devin and Sagan. Goes far side now over to Olds. Pushes it back over to Reynolds. So nice possession here by Chazy. Controlling the field, controlling the midfield. Moving the ball basically at will at this point. It is Kempinen. Intercepts that ball, looking around. It's almost like they're playing keep away, Joe, right now.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're doing a good job of it. It's just soccer is anyway with the possession game. It's keep away.
And nice job from Bushy getting over to Trombley. Trombley does a nice job to control. Switches fields, trying to find Sandra Olds, and it comes on the foot of Dorn, who one times it back over to Amanda Kempinen. She gets a shot off, and that ball will skip, and it skipped on Provost there. She came up with it. But I don't think she's expecting the ball to skip like it did. And now she punts it toward midfield. Latchmore heads it up to Kempinen and controls. Near sideline over to Trombley, defensive end, one times it over to Amanda Kempinen. She sends it up trying to find Dorn. Dorn trying to keep it in, does a nice job keeping it in. And Dorn now working her way toward the 18. Gets a shot off into the box, and it's deflected. And it'll be trying to be cleared out here by the defense of E-Town. Dorn with the ball. And nice defensive effort there by the Lions to knock it out of bounds. So it'll be a throw-in here for Chazy. Amanda Kempinen with the throw-in. She comes into her sister Ostreed. Ostreed with the ball. Surveying the situation now. Sends it in up to Lapeer, and it goes into the hands of Provost. So Chazy can put the pressure on.
We have the goal scorers. We have Dorn with one. We have Caitlin Lapeer with one. Who else?
Oh my.
Victoria? Is she getting any action yet?
Yeah, I never wrote the scores down. I don't remember. I know Lapeer's got one. Victoria's got one. Dorn's got one. Megan Reynolds got one. So there's your 4 goals right there. And the ball is deflected, so a corner kick here for Chazy.
Chazy's midfielders are playing really well tonight. They're just keeping a ton of pressure, moving the ball around.
I know we say this all the time, Joe, but it's the way the players move without the ball into the spaces where they need to be. They get separation, and whoever has the ball knows they have outlets to go to because the players are well positioned on the field. And there's an opportunity, and it comes back out. It'll be a throw-in for Chazy. Kempinen quickly gets it into Trombley. Trombley will control. Sagan Trombley getting a shot in toward the net. There's a shot. Dorn rips it off the E-Town defense. Now a corner kick for Chazy. And this is a good effort by the Eagles tonight.
Elizabethtown, they're stifled. It's a nice corner.
There's an opportunity, and there's the goal. And Dorn on the corner kick gets her second goal. And it was just a matter of time before Chazy found the back of the net again with the pressure that they were putting on there. We're up to 23 shots right now, 8 corner kicks to none, or 23 shots to 1. So 15 from 23, Kempinen to Dorn. So Chazy now goes to a 5-0 lead right now. We have 30 minutes left and 3 seconds, so 25% of the second half has come to a close, and we have 30 minutes to go, Joe.
What's on TV tonight?
It's Wednesday night. I'm not sure. New shows are coming on. We are in September. Officially fall as of yesterday.
Yeah, happy fall.
Happy fall. Fall's here. And, of course, we know what comes after fall. Snowmobile weather, Joe.
Yes, it is.
It is snowmobile weather. Do you use snowmobile?
Yes, I do.
Do you really?
I got into it a couple of years ago. It's fun.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do you snowmobile on the lake, or do you trailer places?
Right on the lake.
There's another opportunity.
Lake and around here, there's some nice trails around here. It's fun. I'm not an avid snowmobiler, but I do enjoy going out.
Well, good for you.
If you're nice, I'll give you a ride, Joey.
Joe, I appreciate that. I usually have cabin fever by January 3rd, so that'd be really nice. I like the snowshoe. Because if you can walk, you can do that.
Sure.
Now, people have asked me why I don't ski. And quite frankly, I don't want to be a statistic in the paper.
Skiing's fun though too.
I can see myself out of control hitting a tree, so So Sam,
Yeah, I could see that too.
well, Sam's laughing here to the background, so Sam knows me too. It probably wouldn't be pretty, that's for sure. And if the folks are wondering why we're just kind of, just rambling here, it's this game's pretty much in hand.
Don't bring out the W word.
No, I think you're safe to say. I'll say it. This is definitely a W. See, the difference between this game and the game last year where you called it.
Yeah, 2 goals.
It was 3-0. That team was putting a lot of pressure on, where we've seen no pressure tonight.
Absolutely none.
Here's another cross. And it just went over her head. It dropped at her foot after it hit the defense.
So they're right back here.
And we hear Chazy's #1 fan, Gilmore. And goes off Provost's hands, so Kempinen will get another goal. And now the rain is coming down now. So our wish to get the game in without rain, and it's actually coming at us. Yeah, it's coming from the north, I guess. So Dorn will get the assist. So we have a 6-0 Chazy lead.
Have we mentioned our ball girls or ball boys tonight?
No. Do you know who they are?
This looks like Sarah Boris down here.
Is that Sarah Boris down there? Ball girl?
Who's a ball girl?
Sarah
look up
Boris.
here. Sarah Boris. She's our ball girl today, doing a fine job.
That's not Sarah.
I'm Tara.
Tara? Tara. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Our
That's a wonderful
apologies, our fault.
I've been ball girl before.
Okay.
And you're a good one, too.
I think I'm running them.
And who's on the far sideline, Tara? Who's the other ball person over there? Brendan? All right, so we'll give Brendan a little airtime here. And Tara too.
Like a slow news day.
It's a slow news day. If you're a Chazy fan, you're enjoying this.
Yeah, I guess.
So, Joe, do you feel comfortable now, like calling the election? Do you feel comfortable calling the election here? No, the exit poll shows it 6-0. Oh, this is dangerous.
Good.
We have some major wholesale changes. Keeble, Lapierre, Cooper, and Loran coming into the game. Kempinen, Dorn, Trombley, and Latrimore coming out of the game. But it's a fine misty rain, so it's not a real deluge, Joe.
Deluge, yeah.
Deluge.
It's okay. We'll teach you how to pronounce that. That's okay, Joey. Don't worry. You'll get there.
Hey, I don't play Scrabble all day like you do.
I'll tell you what. If you can ever read a book, there's a guy named H.L. Mencken. He was a famous newspaper editor back in the early 1900s, and just a lot of sharp quotes. He's a really, really great guy to read about if you can ever read about H.L. Mencken. He's from Baltimore.
You know, my mother loved doing it. She had the thesaurus with her and the Webster Dictionary. She loved doing crosswords.
Uh-huh.
And it's a nice way to learn, too.
Yeah.
Everybody said you're a self-taught man, Joe.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, there's a skidded shot right toward Provost. And the ball is punted up.
The Provost is busy back there tonight.
She's got her workout tonight. There's no doubt about that.
Nice play right here by Elizabethtown.
There we are. This could be dangerous.
Catherine Tucker better get on it.
Yeah.
Nice shot. Oh.
Nice. It was nice to see E-Town on the offensive front right there.
She made a nice
Very nice play. And Levine is coming into the game.
It's unfortunate we can't call the young lady's name because we can't see her name.
I have no idea what her number is.
She made a nice run.
Can't tell. That's why you need white on green if you're going to wear green.
It would be nice.
We want to give the girls their due out there, but we can't.
Now, normally Elizabethtown colors is gold. I don't see any gold on their uniforms.
Yeah.
These must be. I think these are new uniforms for the ladies. I don't see any gold at all.
A little bit of gold
Where's that?
on the top.
There is
A little emblem, yeah.
on the front.
Yeah.
All right.
Right there, see?
Oh, Sam picked up the school colors right there. So the cameraman was observant, Joe.
He's good. Well, he's done eating his Mickey fries, so he can do something else now.
Well, Sam's well nourished now. He's into the game. It's amazing what a helping of Mickey fries will do for you.
Oh, yeah. Pick you right up.
Oh, absolutely. And it's the finest grease that they use too when they deep fry it.
Always the finest fresh grease you can have.
No fat in those fries at all. None.
Fries.
Fat free, yeah.
Where is the father of Hometown Cable this evening? Where's Calvin?
Where's the father of Hometown Cable?
I have no clue.
Was it your night to keep track of them?
Nope, not my night tonight. I thought one of you guys might know.
Hey, you know, we have to talk about the Butternut Squash Award at some point.
Yeah. You know what? I think Northeastern boys might be playing tonight. They might be doing that. No, they have a bye this evening. They have a bye tonight.
Was it the girls won yesterday?
The girls won the yes. The girls.
The Northeastern boys are doing well this year too. They're 5-0.
The girls are doing well. The girls
Yes, they
are doing
are.
well too. They have one loss. They got the one loss to Beatmantown. It was a 5-4
shootout opening night. Yeah.
But the girls for Northeastern are doing really well also.
It's always nice to see the Cougars do well.
Sure it is. Unless they're playing Chazy, but that's okay.
Don't pick on my alumni like that. People are surprised when they hear that I have actually maroon and white in my blood because I've been in Chazy for 25 years now. They assume that I lived here all my life, but I actually went to school at Northeastern Clinton. And Joey graduated the same year.
Yes.
I was only 6 miles north of you. That's all.
I never knew that.
Yeah. You never knew I graduated from Northeastern?
I knew that, but I didn't realize where you lived.
Oh.
Where you grew up at.
Suburbs of Champlain,
Yeah.
Perry's Mills.
Yeah.
Sam's well aware of the suburbs of Perry's Mills or Champlain. You know, there's no light there, but we did, and we still do have a bridge there.
You've got a bridge,
We
yeah?
have a bridge, yes we do.
They took down your store.
The store's down, but there are still 3 roads, maybe 4.
Complete with a stop sign?
Oh, we have stop signs, and they're red too. Yeah.
Oh, nice ball right
Here
there.
we go. It is Kempinen. Getting the shot off. That's the goal. Oh, wide left.
She's got, right now, at this point of the game, we have 21 minutes and 38 seconds left. Kempinen. My vote for the Butternut Squash Award. Player of the game.
Yeah, you aren't getting any arguments here.
She's played a phenomenal game all the way around.
Now she's going back into
Hard worker,
the sweeper position.
Creates a lot of things. She has at least 1 goal, I think a couple of assists. Just a strong player.
Good hustle by Lauren, trying to get up to Bushy. So nice effort by Jessica Lauren. And there's the throw in. Lauren does a nice job trapping it. And it's kicked out here by the Lions. And the rain's picking up here. Now I see the umbrellas coming out. Far sideline.
Smart play by Kempinen.
Yeah.
Just corral it in. There you go.
Sends it up. And Lapierre slipped a little bit. Emily Lapierre with the ball. Went to midfield. And the ball's getting a little slippery, and O's trying to push it up over to Cooper.
Good fighting by Old.
O's good hustle. Bushy steps up. And it's White throw-in. And we have Amanda Kempinen checking in, and coming out of the game is Victoria Reynolds.
Just Caitlin Lapierre. Looks like Caitlin's playing the stopper position right now.
Yeah, you got Ostreet in the sweeper position.
Good. Mix them up. Let them have a little fun tonight. Great game to do today.
And Lapierre will probably push it back. She does, over to Kempinen. And you got Keeble spreading the field far side. She sends it up into E-Town territory. And midfield, Olds knocks it back over to Lapierre. Over to Kempinen. Kempinen slips, but recovers and sends it up over far side, over to her sister Amanda Kempinen. And it's on Lexus Bushy's foot. She sends it into the open space, intercepted by the E-Town defense. and it will go out of bounds about midfield, far side. We have 19:15 here left in the game. Chazy leading the Lions of Elizabethtown 6-0. Shots on nets favor the Eagles 26-2. The corner kicks favor the Eagles 9-0. And here comes Cooper trying to work her way through. And Cooper finds the back of the net. Sinead Cooper gets on the board. Nice hustle from Cooper.
That might have been from Emily Keeble all the way back from the defense. She might have got that assist.
And that makes it now 7-0. It is the 23rd of September. We are 2 days into the fall season here. Rain has started to fall down pretty heavily here. So the assist was from Emily Keeble. Good call, Joe. Joe Poisson is our sidekick, our colored man, and he's always full of color with him up here. And then we have Sam on the camera here for Hometown Cable. We're just having a joyous occasion up here, Sam. I know you got to be partial here because you're the Hometown Cable, but for us it's nice to see Chazy leading 7-0.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, Sam breaks ranks and he's happy to see it. Of course, it is for the Northern Tier, right?
Right.
These hometown memories.
Be safe!
Well, I've been taping Chazy since 1987,
Emily!
I think.
Okay, now back in 1987, I was kidless. I had no children back then.
No, I didn't see any here.
Yeah, no. It was funny. I was on Plattsburgh.com. They had the old game. They called it the Hometown Classic, us against Mr. Sub in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So I had Galen watching that. He goes, "Geez, Dad, I wasn't even born yet." He goes, "Look at you. You had hair."
Bushy's got good speed. Good ball control.
She's right in there.
She's hungry for a goal.
She wanted one. And
she's played a great game too, though. Bushy has.
Yeah.
Played a great game.
But Joe, we've had this conversation before. We give it to 5 different players if we wanted to.
That's true. Here's one right there.
Oh, there goes wide right.
Lapeer too. Now, maybe I might retract that from Kempton and give it to because Lapeer. I thought the last game, Lapeer, we gave it to Victoria. 5 goals is a wonderful thing, but you know what? Lapeer worked extremely hard that game. Can we?
Wow.
Is this like a makeup call, like refs do?
Well, nothing's been given yet. We were just talking. No, nothing's been given yet.
Okay.
Not until that final whistle we make the decision here. So anybody can get up to win this award.
Doesn't only have to be the goal scorers.
No. But Joe's like a politician. He's on the fence. He doesn't know which way he's going to go with it. So,
Yeah, but you're on the barbed wire fence.
There's the color we were looking for, Sam. We had to draw it out of him, but we got some color out of him. So I go back to the hometown memory. So I'm all caught up into the game. We're now in the bottom of the 6th. Mr. Sub comes back and ties the game 2-2, and it goes back to the beginning. So something happened.
Something happened?
I said, Calvin, what happened? He goes, "You guys won." But I couldn't watch the end of the game. But it was a tape from 1987. I'm sure it was on VCR back then.
Oh yes, definitely.
So there's a shot, and it goes wide over the net.
Well, they might get to that close to that 30 shot mark, Joey. We're talking about earlier.
Yeah, 27 right now.
16-20 left.
I mean, number 6 for them. It's Wilmette. And for E-Town, it's been a long time since Chazy has had such a dominating performance over the Lions. So obviously the Lions are rebuilding right now.
Last year Chazy took him pretty hard last year. It was we call it was the Caitlin Lapeer show.
Oh, she had quite a few. Yeah, she had 4 or 5 goals.
It was 5 goals last year, 5-0. So it was close at the first half. It was 0-0. Then Chazy broke loose.
Right.
And that was they smeared him pretty hard. So this is nothing new right here. It's recent, but it's not. It's happened just last year.
Yeah.
And they had Kelsey Gibson. That was that her name, the
Kelsey,
girl.
she graduated last year.
And she's a great player, but this year.
I remember calling her. She was all over the place.
Yeah.
She never quit.
She's a tough player. Elizabethtown-Lewis today has no answer for anything. And Coach Trombley's been substituting freely.
Absolutely.
Putting the kids in different spots. We have Alexis Bush. She's up playing some midfield. And And we have Amanda Kempinen playing the left side on the midfield this time. The first half she was playing the right side. We have, Olds on the far side, so she's really mixing it up.
Well, they are a well-coached team, but I will tell you this. She has a good group of coachable kids out there, and that means a lot when you're a coach. When the kids want, chemistry is it. When they want to learn, and they're willing to do what's best for the team, that's when you have chemistry and you have a true team.
You have to sacrifice. Though.
There's no egos out there.
You have to sacrifice all that stuff for the good of the team, and then you really do. Everybody knows their role, and if you want to be a part of it, that's fine. And if you don't, well, there's other things to do. But usually championship teams, they have great chemistry in any sport that you'll find. It's just the way it is.
And they're truly a team. They get for big games. They get together. Last night they had a spaghetti dinner. They all get together. They'll have a dinner together at somebody's house. And last night it was at the Kempinen house. And that just brings them closer together when they do things away from the field with each other.
Yeah, it really does. They get along.
Well, I remember back in the 80s when I played softball.
Good shot.
There's a hard shot. We as a team were very close. We did a lot of things outside the field, and we'd play teams. I mean, we're talking a lot of talent, but these guys would show up to the game. They had nothing other than the softball field, and we beat many teams just because of the chemistry that we had. There were a lot of teams with a lot more talent than us, but we had the team concept working.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's a lot of fun. That's what makes fun with team sports.
Yeah.
Sam remembers those glory days of the softball years of the 80s.
Oh, yes.
There were some good games back then.
Yeah, there used to be a lot.
That was true softball. It's not these home run derbies they have now.
Yeah.
I mean, back then, if you hit a home run or two in a game, that was like something spectacular.
Yeah.
And now they have a rule: if you hit 7 home runs, it's a base hit. What kind of rule is that? They got these super balls and these super bats now.
Yeah.
I just think they're better players, Joey.
No,
way better players.
Joe, let me tell you something. Guys in their 20s, in their prime, couldn't hit home runs, and now they're in their 40s hitting home runs. There's a goal. Nope, wide.
You have the Davison brothers that played for...
They're still playing.
They're still playing?
Randy, Jerry, and Jimmy.
Oh, gee.
And Jimmy is in his 50s, and he's still cranking home runs. But for him, he was cranking them back when he was in his 20s.
Big Dan Phillips.
Tree's not playing anymore.
Not playing anymore?
No.
Pedro still is, though.
Which one? Randy, Ronnie? Mark Tatro.
Yeah.
Mark Tatro.
Yeah. Great.
Monkey.
Yeah.
Monkey
Monk.
Tatro.
Yeah,
Monkey
great
Tatro.
guy.
One of the monkeys.
Monkey Tatro, yes.
He's a great guy. I liked him. He's a guy that give you 110%.
Oh.
Great guy.
When Mark was in high school, he was fast. He was quick.
Yeah. I played against him.
Oh.
I remember that.
Mark was a good athlete in his day.
You get him pushing 50?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Mark's 49-50, yeah.
He is.
When you say it, Sam, it sounds old, but that means, so you just said that, I go, geez, I'm almost there too, it's like, Sam, thanks for making me feel old here on the 23rd of September. Appreciate that. We have 11:27 to go here. Left in the game. Chazy with a dominating performance here tonight with 29 shots on net, 7 goals. Playing their arch rival, the Lions of Elizabethtown. And it will be a throw in here for E-Town. And it's Amanda Kempinen. And Lapierre being pushed off the ball. Nice play by the Lions. And Olds giving chase. And boy, I'm really impressed with Sandra this year. She mixes it up and it actually called for a push.
Yeah. She's not afraid to get in there.
No, she's not afraid to mix it up this year.
Her sister holds the record for girls
shutouts
in a season.
Yes, she does. Casey Olds. Casey, she was an incredible goalie.
Yeah.
But through all her high school career, she took karate, and we want to talk about a limber player in net.
Yeah.
If you got a goal by her, you had to have a pretty spectacular shot.
Yeah. I speak to some other former girls that played here at Chazy. Helen Giroux having another phenomenal year for Plattsburgh
State, yeah. Nice to see.
Nationally ranked, and Helen is
Big part of that team.
Oh yeah, well,
Radigan's a big part of that team, obviously.
just a great. The Kaiser girl from Mount Sable, Lindsay Kaiser. I believe she's on that team. Now Bridget Dahl.
There in the corner.
Yeah, lightning. There goes the flashes.
Bridget Dahl is hurt.
Yeah.
I got to give her a call. I got to find out what's going on with Bridget, because I don't see her in the paper. So this must be a nagging long-term injury, some kind of. Hope it's not too serious, but you miss a lot of training and a lot of games, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But she's on the team from Chazy, former standout.
Yes, last year.
Yes.
And the girls got upset in overtime last year in the semifinals of the Final Four. And here comes the Lions on an offensive threat.
That's Decker.
And Decker, but knocked out by Kempinen. Kempinen will win that battle.
Nice ball.
Yeah, right up over to Bushy. You gotta be careful of the offsides.
Nice pass.
Give and chase. Oh, here, this will be fun. They both collided, and I'll tell you what, I give Provost a lot of credit. It's 7-0, and she went out there hard to stop.
In Chazy's the aspect, your head 7-0. You got this. It's Megan Reynolds. She shouldn't be going in there. Maybe that. I don't know. Of course, it's hard to tell a kid don't score.
Well, she's on defense. They put her up to the offense.
You take a chance of that injury bug hitting you, and we have 8 minutes left in a game.
But, and we said this earlier, Coach Trombley does not have a deep bench. There's only like 16 kids on the team, so that gives you 5 subs.
But all due respect to Megan, if I'm in her shoes, I'm going to try too. So
wow, at that age, are you kidding me?
That's right. You got to give her.
The last thing they think about is injuries.
That is the truth, and that's the last thing you should be thinking about.
Kempinen gets the shot off, but nice recovery by Provost. So Chazy has hit the 30 goal or shot on goal mark, and that's 3 games in a row they've done that. Wow. And that just shows you the type of team that they have.
Midfield playing really well.
And like you said earlier, Joe, there's another hard shot. Is Chazy lost a lot of talent last year?
Well, they did.
They lost.
They lost Dahl.
They lost Bridget Dahl. They lost Madeline Gay.
Yeah.
They lost Megan Ryan, and they lost Shawnee Trombley.
Yes.
4 very good players.
Shawnee's playing.
And Stephanie Pepper she was her first year as a senior. And there's that injury you're talking about. And is that Lapierre?
Yeah.
Lapierre tweaked her ankle, it looks like.
Stop the clock.
And they're stopping the clock, and Sam will stop the camera. Back from the injury, Lapierre on the bench. Looks like she might have tweaked her ankle a little bit. And Kempinen with the ball. No pressure by the Lions. She sends it up to midfield. Gets by everybody, goes, and Bushy giving chase. And the ball cleared out by the Lion defense. We have 6:34 to go here. Left in the second half. It's a 7-0
Do you have any ice?
Chazy lead.
Any ice?
And here come the Lions. Kempinen controlling, just sends it back. Now, back when we played, Joe, the goalie could pick it up with their hands. And that was a big strategy back. I don't know if you remember this, but the Warriors did that a lot. Willsboro would send it back, send it to the goalie, he'd pick it up, punt it out. And they changed that, I don't think because of that reason, but they changed that rule where the goalie can't use their hands, which stopped a lot of that from happening.
What year did they do that, Joey?
In the 70s. It was late 70s.
Yeah.
Mid to late 70s. And it is Olds, Sandra Olds. And Keeble has the ball knocked away. And nice play by Lauren, sending it up to midfield. And here come the Lions. And Doran sends it up to midfield, controlled by Emily Lapierre. Lapierre has Megan Reynolds to the right. She has Lex Bushy to the front of her. But no pressure here by the Lions, and she sends it down to the line on the far side. Knocked out by the defense, so Bushy will take the throw in. 4:46 to go. Chazy with a 7-0 lead. And the rain has stopped, much to the delight of the fans across the way, and I'm sure the players too. Joe's quiet tonight.
How about you?
I'm happy it quit
You're happy
raining.
about that?
Yeah, I'm very happy.
Okay. It's all about you then.
No, it's not about me, Joe. It's about you, Joe. It's about Joe. Joe Poissant. He's quiet. We haven't heard him say much. I think he's in dreamland over here now, Sam. Earlier in the game you can't shut him up, and then I don't know if he got tired or what. It's like.
Oh, Mickey Fries.
Well, did you coach tonight too, Joe?
It's kind of a.
Did you coach today too?
Yeah. It's
Plus he coached today, so there's a lot to ask of the man.
it's kind of a vanilla game. It's just not a whole lot of going on. So it's just, what can you say?
Waiting for the time to come to an
I
end.
can only throw more insults at you. I got to save some for the next time. It's just make sure they're fresh.
You got to work on some new material, Joe.
I know. I am.
But we have to understand, the viewership here. It's not like it's the same people every
Cooper
time.
going to go for her.
Oh, he's speaking. Go ahead. What did you say?
I said Cooper's going to go for her second goal here. She just missed it.
Yeah, it was just outside her range there. Oh, there's Amanda Kempinen lets a shot off. So now we're up to 32 shots. And Kempinen does a nice job controlling, pushes it back over to Lauren. Lauren trying to find Cooper, just out of her reach, so it'll be a throw in here for the Lions. Nice head by Jessica. Well, we're approaching 2:40, so this game is winding down here, and Chazy will maintain their unbeaten record with a complete dominating performance tonight against the Lions of Elizabethtown.
They got 2 shots. Elizabethtown, they're awarding them 2 shots.
Yep. And just a fine performance, Joe. We are about 2 minutes, so do we hand out the butternut squash?
We haven't begged for money yet either.
Oh, I did. No, while you were over there, I did.
Okay.
No, we had our beg for money segment already. Sam and I had, right, Sam?
Right,
we had that. We covered all the bases. And
That's one of my favorite segments.
well, if
Cut
you
out of it, huh? All right.
well, if you'd have
I
stayed,
see how you guys operate.
well, you left early.
I see how you operate.
The show doesn't quit, Joe, because you walk outside the
Well,
booth.
that is my favorite segment.
Well, then you would stick around. I mean, we appreciate the Mickey fries, but you did leave with 19 minutes to go.
You gotta
And 44 seconds. Not like we're keeping track of that, but
remember that.
the father of hometown cable, Calvin, will hear about this. So we are now approaching 1:34. So Joe, we got to pick our Butternut Squash Award recipient tonight. And who are you thinking?
I'm gonna have to go with Astrid Kempinen.
I'm with you. Austría's just done a wonderful job up front. She's done a wonderful job in the stopper position, sweeper position. She does it all.
This isn't the first game she's done that either.
No, not at all. Sam, you think our choice is a good one?
Very good.
Well, it is unanimous on the 23rd of September, 2009. Astrid Kempinen wins the coveted Butternut Squash Award as Player of the Game. This award was came about last year because Joe was planning loaded with butternut squash. We never saw them until the end, and even then those were store-bought. But he said he had a bumper crop, so we can only believe what he told us. But that's how the Butternut Squash Award came up. And matter of fact, on the last game of the season, regular season, we'll actually do an interview with the winner of the Butternut Squash Award.
Great.
But we keep that to one game a year as far as the interview goes. And so Astrid Kempinen on a good performance here against the Lions of Elizabethtown. And we have 25 seconds left here. And the Lions aren't giving up. And Doran, fighting with the ball, pushes it back.
Play it smart.
Jessica Lauren with the ball. Pushes it up over to Amanda Kempinen. She'll push it back probably. She does. 10 seconds to go. And Ostrid will just send it across field or back. She does. And the game has officially in the books tonight. Chazy beats the Lions of Elizabethtown 7-0. It is the 23rd of September 2009. We're at the George Brendler Field. I'm Joey Trombley, who called tonight's action. My color man was Joe Poisson. On the camera was Sam Castine. And as Sam and Calvin like to say, that's the way it was in beautiful downtown Chazy. Wow.
Question if the only savings that we'll have is on the introductory rate, and then they'll be right up there with them. I don't know.
Just like Time Warner.
I don't know.
Apparently, they're supposed to be a much bigger company than NYSEG Solutions, and what they do is they buy bulk energy from NYSEG.
Where are
And,
they based out of?
I'm sorry?
Where are they based out of?
I say on the vote.
Is it the city?
I don't have their address on here.
I don't think it hurts to try, and then if it doesn't work, you can all switch over.
It says there's no fees to enroll, no fees to cancel. You can cancel
But
at any
make
time.
sure, because if we sign a contract, we're stuck.
There's no contract, you're not signing
There's
a
no contract?
No, because you can cancel at any time.
And I think they take care of all.
There's no
That's
yearly
correct.
contract. You can
There's
cancel
no
anytime you
contract.
want
And you
with
can
no
go back to the
fees.
solutions at any time.
We don't have to do this if you don't want. I mean, this is
No,
just a
but-
consideration they wanted to
Where does
find out.
NYSEG come in the picture?
Apparently NYSEG sells electricity to NYSEG Solutions, Agway Energy, but they sell bulk.
They're our delivery.
Right.
Yes.
NYSEG is our delivery.
Yeah, but they're the ones that take
You
care
get
of it.
a, you
They'll
get a
still take
bill,
care of it.
you get a bill from
Delivery
NYSEG,
charge.
and you get a bill from
From them,
Agway or
exactly.
NYSEG Solutions. You get a
Yeah,
bill
but
from
NYSEG
both.
is the one that supplies the poles and the
Or
wire
it's
and to
combined.
get to the electricity.
Right.
Right.
That's
So
why
what
you
I'm
get-
saying
They
is,
also
I
take
can't
care
see
of
them selling it cheaper.
Well, they do, because they sell it, and then they, apparently NYSEG pays on the back end to these suppliers. It's like, it happens every day with any kind of products. I mean, you got a guy that buys in bulk, they get a really, really cheap rate for it.
So that's just on, you still pay sales tax on the NYSEG part. Not
I'm
the-
certainly not opposed to saving money, I'm all for that, I just
NYSEG
question,
Solutions is the same thing.
And the other thing that they were saying was, instead of getting separate bills, now, like right now, we get a bill from NYSEG and we get a bill from NYSEG Solutions. It does it does away with that. We get one bill from now on.
You get
So
that
eliminate-
packet,
It'll eliminate some billing paperwork, and
no, I know.
You still get that thick
I
packet?
don't know, we should try it and see how our electric rates go and monitor it, and
Yeah.
and if it doesn't work, we can cancel.
Yeah, see how there's no contract, I don't have a problem.
So we'll make a resolution to try the services of Agway Energy Services.
I would have went out of business, now they're into electric.
Yeah. Interesting, huh?
Yep.
Okay, somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. I'll
Your
second.
second? Okay, Councilor Evans made the motion to authorize supervisor to change from NYSEG Solutions over to Agway Services.
Energy Services,
Energy
Agway Energy
Services.
Services.
Ask them if they can put them all in one bill.
They were.
Oh, the different
Yeah,
accounts.
so they were the same, yeah.
Save legal.
So,
Okay,
Were you with them and then you
Second by
went back?
Councilor Lattimore.
I wasn't
Yeah.
looking.
oh,
Any further discussion on this? Councilor Lattimore,
Yes.
Councilor Dino,
Yes.
Councilor
Yes.
Evans, Councilor Trombley,
yes.
Supervisor Spiegel.
Yes. Now somebody make a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, who's second?
I just went through an asshole of Time Warner.
Till we meet again.
Same bunch of ones.
Okay,
Training.
resolution